And now we're going to work on the chapter 12 suggested problems. Okay, so with chapter 12, we're doing just mean, median, and mode was one of the questions. So let's take one of these data sets and go ahead and do that. Let me squish this down a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to take number 8. So if I'm doing mean, median, and mode. So for mean, I'm going to take 26 plus 31 plus 46 plus 31 plus 26 plus 29 plus another 31. I'm going to divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7. Okay. So try it again. Try it on a calculator. You need to add all those numbers up in the numerator. You need to be able to see what you're typing in to make sure that you're adding those properly. Okay, I just lost it. I just typed it in and then I lost it. Okay, let me do it again. So I'm doing 26 plus 31 plus 46 plus another 31 plus 26 plus 29 plus 31. I was trying to look to make sure I didn't have a typo. Yeah, it looks good. I'd hit enter. So I got 220 on top divided by 7. Now I'm going to, after I hit enter, I divide by 7 and I get about 31.428. I'm going to write down a little bit of this. 428.57143. And this problem said, I didn't snip it, but let's say it said round to the nearest hundredth. So, well, let me go see what it said to round to. So that was on page 691. So I'm going to go back to the textbook, page 691. Actually, I don't know if I can move that, hide that. Okay, yeah. 691. I just want to see whether it said to round. Okay, it didn't really say. Oh, there it did. It said to the nearest tenth. I just didn't read carefully. It did say it right there, nearest tenth. So I'm going to round to the nearest tenth, and that would be 31.4. Okay, so that would be the mean. So the mean, 31.4. Okay, now the other two don't require quite so much work. The thing with median that people always mess up on is you got to be in order. So it's 26 and then another 26. 29 is next. Okay, I'm going to cross those out. Then I have 1, 2, 3 31s. And then I have a 46. Okay, make sure you got all 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so then the mean, we already did. The median would be the middle number. So 1, 2, 3 from the top, 1, 2, 3 from the bottom. That would be 31. That would be the median. Okay. If there had been 6 data values and one of these was missing, you would take the 2 middle ones and find their mean, find the average using the mean idea. All right. For mode, it's if one occurs most frequently. So that would be 31, 31, 31. The mode would be 31 also because it occurs 3 times. Okay. All right. And then in the next section, you had to do range and standard deviation. Okay. Range is not hard. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and do question number 7. All right. So I'm going to have to do standard deviation. So I like these things to be in order and I like for them to be vertical. Okay, make sure I got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I'm going to need, or for the range on that, I don't need that to calculate standard deviation, but that is another measure that gives you a sense of the spread of the data. For the range, all it is the highest one minus the lowest one. So that would be your range. Okay. Now for standard deviation, I would add all of those up. And I would get 55. Okay, so let me make sure I got them all in there. 2 plus 4 plus 5, 8 plus 9, 11, and 16. Yep, got 55. I would first divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7. Divide by 7. And that gives me about 7.857. If necessary, round to the nearest hundredth. So I might round that to 7.86 or so. Okay. All right, then I would come in here. So this is my data value. Now I need x minus the mean. So 2 minus 7.86. 2 minus 7.86. And I would get that value, negative 5.86. And I would then do 4 minus 7.86 and so on, all the way down the line. So remember doing that. So I'd get negative 3.86. And then I would do the same for 5. So I'd get negative 2.86. And then I would get 1.86. And then 2.86. And then 4.86. And then on that one, 16 minus 7.86 would be 8.14. Let me double check. I think I might have messed up. So I was trying to do it without subtracting and I messed up. So let me fix my mistake. 8 minus 7.86 really should have been right here. I messed up on those. That one should have been 0.14. And then this one would be 1.14 and 3.14. And then finally, 5 more would be 8.14. So make sure you fix that if you were copying me because I messed it up. All right. So I'm taking each one of these is the data value and then minus the mean, etc. Okay, all the way down. All right. Now, once you do that, remember how you square that, each of those values. So I'm going to do the negative 5.86 times itself. All of these should be positive. That's what kind of why you're doing the squaring. That would turn out to be 34.34 if I rounded to the nearest hundredth. Right? Then I would do the same with 3.86. Square that. And I'd get 14.90. Okay? And then 2.86. You should be trying this. I'm doing it with you, but you should try it yourself. 0.14 is 0.196. Okay? 1.14. 1.2996. 3.14 be 9.8596, and then 8.14 squared would be 6.666. 66.2596. All right. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to add 9.8596 and then add 1.2996 and so on. Add up all those squared things. Okay, probably shouldn't have rounded so much early on. Probably wouldn't hurt it though. So I wind up with a total of around 134.8584. And here I rounded a little bit, so your values may be a little different than mine. So that's the total. So I'm still doing number 7. I'm not doing these guys. But we got the total after we added up all the squares and all. And let me look and make sure I added all the way to the 34. Yep, it looks like I did. And I got 134.8584 when I did that. Okay. And then I need to divide that by 1 less than the data set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. N equals 7. You divide by 7 when you do the mean, but 1 less than that when you do the standard deviation. So 134.8584 divided by 6. So I get like 22.4764 and then square root that. And I get around 4.74. Okay.